I disguised my Mazda RX-8 in order to race across the country without being detected. We want to beat the rotary engine cannonball run record, so we topped off our 60-gallon fuel tank with fuel and oil and headed up to New York City to do one final nut and bolt check before we departed for Los Angeles early in the morning. We're planning on burning nearly 3 gallons of oil and a ton of fuel to make this 2,800 mile drive. We start at the Red Ball Garage, which is where the original Cannonball Run started, and we were able to get out of New York City relatively quickly and get across Pennsylvania until tragedy struck. My alternator quit charging, but fortunately, I brought a spare. So now we've got the crusty alternator in there. Everything seems okay otherwise. Nothing's melting, nothing's leaking. And with an alternator that's charging my battery, we got back on the road. But not for very long, because our fuel transfer pump that pumps the fuel from our big tank to our little tank died shortly after. We stopped at a random auto parts store and grabbed a universal pump, safety wired that dude in there, and we were ready to get back on the road. And we made great time across the Midwest until we ran into this crazy rainstorm. And it is insanely hard to keep Cannonball Run pace in the rain, especially when you run into the police shortly after. At this point, we were unable to break our record, and we had to just tuck our tail between our legs and cruise into California safely. But we had planned our Cannonball to align with a rotary engine car show called Seven Stock. And needless to say, we might have just found our next Cannonball car. All right, Chuckles, we've been eyeing up another Cannonball car here.
I think it's the one. Yeah.
We can dress it up like a Camry, put 60 gallons of fuel in the back, and rip across the country. We were on pace to have a 35-hour Cannonball Run record time, which is pretty incredible for a rotary engine RX-8, and being our second ever Cannonball attempt. Will we beat the record in a new car? Follow along to find out.